I asked what is going on here.
Nothing, Pa.
Don't give me that. I distinctly heard you talking about declaring somebody mentally incompetent.
Well, now just calm down. Nothing has been decided yet.
About what?
Look, Pa, I asked Herb to come over here so I could fill him in on you selling your controlling shares of WVLE.
Oh, I get it. You don't like the way I run my own company. So you have Herb here declare me mentally incompetent, the field's wide open, you take over Buchanan Enterprises.
That's not what Clint had in mind, Asa.
Don't you try and whitewash us, you hear? I'm not blind.
Pa.
My own son turning on me like this.
Pa, listen.
No! You listen to me, Clint. See, I knew this day would come. You've been criticizing all our business deals, betraying Bo's trust by blaming him for everything. And now you're out to betray your own father.
If you'll stop bellering for a minute and give me a chance to explain, you might see that I've only got your best interest in mind.
Yeah, how? By locking me up in a padded cell?
Nobody's locking you up anywhere. But if you don't face the fact that something has got to be done, you're going to wind up losing everything you've worked your whole entire life for.
Well, it certainly doesn't take an expert to see that the handwriting on the disembarkation card doesn't match the letters Dee Dee wrote in Europe. The woman who went to Australia was obviously an imposter. That's why you didn't get any calls back, Rafe.
I agree, but why would someone be posing as Dee Dee?
No, the more important question is what happened to Dee Dee in the first place.
Hey, I've been having a problem with this ever since Dee Dee walked into that party that you and Joanna were giving over at Stonecrest. I tell you, I knew she was in trouble someplace.
Wait a minute. Why did you think Dee Dee was in trouble? What's going on here? I asked you two before if you knew more than you were telling me, and you denied it. You care to change that story? Look, Dee Dee is my only hope of getting the information I need to find Delilah. So stop holding out on me. I want to know just why you two are so interested in all this.
No, I've lost Steve and I've lost
Let
you.
go of it.
No. No. You stop me.
You think I'm gonna stand here and watch you kill yourself?
Can't you see I want to die?
Will you stop saying that?
No, it's the truth.
You shut up!
I've lost Steve and I've lost...
Shut up!
What else is there for me to live for?
Think of our child you're carrying. Think of Al.
I don't deserve to be a mother. I don't even deserve to be alive. I've driven you away. It's my fault that Steve's in the coma because I made him go to Arizona, all because I'm a selfish.
The only thing that's selfish is you're trying to end all your problems without thinking of how it's going to affect all the people that care about you.
Nobody cares about me. Nobody cares if I live or die.
Gabrielle, you are not thinking straight. Sure, you'd be free of all the problems you got here, but what about Al, huh? What's he supposed to do when he wants you? He reaches out for you for help and you're not there. What do you want him to do when he grows up and he's got problems of his own? Put a gun to his head?
No.
Turn into it all like his mother?
No. Of course not.
Right. Then get your head together. Get it straight. Put it together for Al's sake as well as for the child you're carrying.
What was I thinking of? I must be out of my mind. Max, what's happening to me?
Come on. It's all right. It's all right. It's just okay. I promise.
I'm sorry. The graph shows almost no brain activity.
Larry, coma patients often will show some sort of decrease, and then for no apparent reason, it'll just come right back up. Steve's just experiencing a relapse here, that's all.
Miranda, come here. I know you've been on this case a long, long time, and I know you've invested a great deal of faith and hope in Steve. But you're a nurse. Now, you know as well as I, this is not a good sign. This, coupled with the long time he's been in a coma...
Don't you say it, Larry. I have seen him struggling over there. I have actually felt him grasp my hand and try to come back to us. We can't just give up.
Why don't you just go home for a while, get some rest? You have done everything you can do.
Well, it is not enough. Not until he comes out of this thing.
Miranda, don't get consumed by this. You'll break your heart. I've seen this. I know. I've seen it before.
Larry, We have to be strong for him. Don't you understand that? He has to know that there is somebody on this side who is encouraging him to hang on.
There will come a time, a day, as painful as it may be, where you have to learn to let go.
I'm going to stay with him a little while longer, if that's okay, Larry.
Do get some rest, though, please.
Okay. I don't care what anybody says, Steve. I am not giving up on you. You have got to try, Steve. You have got to try harder than you have ever tried before. Do you hear me? Now, I know you can do it. I know you can.
Why is my business always somebody else's business?
Well, for one thing, Pa, because it doesn't make sense to sell a television station that's doing a little bit more than holding its own.
It was a good deal, so I took it.
Why didn't you come to me and Vicky before you just up and decided to sell it? I mean, we do own 25% of it, you know.
I own the controlling stock. In my book, the only one to consult with is me before I do with it what I please.
Are you sure you didn't consult with anyone else? Like Bo?
Damn it, Clint, there you go again. Why do you assume Bo is behind every business decision I make?
Because he usually is. Especially when it comes to selling off profitable companies. You know, like the Orca Oil Wells, your Southwestern newspaper.
I am perfectly capable of making my own business decisions. I told you before, Bo has nothing to do with this.
Yes, I know. And once again, he has very conveniently managed to be out of town on business when the well-known paperwork hits the well-known fan. And I've had a belly full of it, Pa. I am sick and tired of him playing the invisible man after he's railroaded you into making one of your stupid harebrained business deals.
Bo has stood by me and helped me through the toughest time of my life. I can depend on Bo. That's more than I can say about you, Clint.
I didn't mean that the way it sounded, Pa.
The hell you didn't. You've been trying to undermine my confidence, making me feel like some bubbling old fool who doesn't have enough sense to tie his own shoes. I'll tell you something. I never thought I'd live to see the day when my own son would turn against me like some rattler striking out from under a rock.
Asa, you all right? What happened?
He walked in while I was having a conversation with Herb, and he got all the wrong ideas. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. Any luck with Lord Henry, you know, about getting him to back off on his deal?
He was very nice, very charming, offered to help. Unfortunately, he said he's already made financial commitments based on the acquisition of the station. Bottom line is he has no choice but to hold Asa to the agreement.
Damn!
Herb, what have you come up with?
Well, not a lot. Layton's got Asa sewn up like a well-fitted three-piece suit.
In other words, there is legally nothing we can do to stop the sale.
Well, Herb did come up with one solution that if we go through on it, it will solve all our problems. However, it could kill Asa in the process.
Kids will always be kids.
Start from the beginning. First of all, Cord. Now, where did you get those letters that Dee Dee wrote to Pam and Pete?
Rafe, I told you Pamela sent them to me.
Why?
Because I asked her to. See, Pete was in Europe looking for Dee Dee. He was there for about a month and a half. He couldn't find anything. He knew that nobody in Lambview had heard from her, all right? So I asked, send me the letters. I'll look at them. Maybe I could come up with some kind of clue as to where we could find Dee Dee. That's all. So she sent them.
Yeah, that's all very neat and tidy, but something still doesn't add up here. Like you getting me to look into Dee Dee's disembarkation card?
Come on, Rafe, that was the next logical progression in trying to find her. Don't you agree?
Yeah, sure. You know, I still feel like I've walked into the middle of this, And you guys aren't about to fill me in on how it all got started.
Believe me, Rafe, you know as much about Dee Dee as we do.
Right. We're only trying to get to the bottom of this because we're concerned about her.
All right, I'll buy that. For now. I gotta get back to work. Look, I am dead serious that Dee Dee may be my only hope of finding Delilah. So if you come up with anything at all, I want to know about it.
I promise you, Rafe, we'll let you know.
How could you even consider such a thing? Having Asa declared mentally incompetent, it would destroy him.
Damn it, Vicky, I don't like this any more than you do. It's like I told Herb. Asa will go to the rock bottom if we strip his power away from him, but at the same time, it'll kill him if he wakes up some morning and finds that he has sold off all his holdings. He's worked his whole life, his whole entire life to build his empire. And what meaning is his life going to have if he wakes up and finds out he's lost everything?
Now, look, I don't envy you, Clint. It is a bind, especially since Asa agreed to the sale of the station.
Oh, bull! I know my own father, Herb. There is no way that he would sell WVLE out from under us unless he just wasn't thinking straight, unless someone had put the idea in his head. Someone who knew how to take advantage of his mental confusion.
Honey, I know where you're heading. I think you're being terribly unfair. The least you could do is wait till Bo gets back before you start accusing him of something that he probably had no hand in.
Look, I got to get back to the office. Clint, you let me know what you want to do, huh?
Yeah, thanks, Herb. We'll get back to you as soon as we sort it out.
All right, Vicky.
Herb, we'll be in touch. Thanks.
Oh, you dropped your scarf here.
Oh, thank you.
I don't remember you having a scarf like that.
I don't. I found it at Stonecrest, right outside Lord Leighton's gazebo when I went to talk to him earlier. It said designed by Delilah, and I thought about Rafe. I thought maybe I should pass it on to him.
Oh, that's very thoughtful. I'll see you.
You know, I can't understand you defending Bo after everything that has happened these past few weeks. Maybe I'm trying to hang him before all the evidence is in, but you know, this little deal we're going through is just like all the stunts that he's pulled before. I mean, trying to sell the Olympic newspaper, or the paper mill, or the Orca oil wells, or the South... What? You listening to me? You with me? Vicky?
Oh, whatever. I'm sorry. It's this scarf.
So, what about it?
The more I think about it, the more I have to wonder how it wound up outside of Lord Leighton's gazebo.
You feeling better?
Calmer, but embarrassed. Will you ever be able to forgive me for what I tried to do to myself as well as our children?
Of course. Just thank God I got here when I did.
So am I. I never stopped to think of what it would have done if I really had killed myself. I just would have made you feel more guilty. I was so selfish. But I really didn't think that my death would make any difference.
Don't say another word like that. You are not alone. Everything you do has an effect on someone.
Even you? Would it really have made a difference to you?
Of course it would. In spite of everything you've done, I still care what happens to you, and I hate to see you ripped up like this.
I just felt like the only thing in front of me was this deep, bottomless pit.
It's been very difficult for all of us. If you think it's too much for you, then maybe you should think about getting some professional help.
Like a psychiatrist.
Yeah, I'm sure Larry can recommend a good one.
You really do think I'm out of my mind?
No, I don't. But I think it might be the best way for you to face your problems and work through them.
All right. I'll do it. For you. But I have to know that you're not just pretending just to stop me from trying that again. I have to know that you're telling me the truth.
I wouldn't lie to you. I do care about your well-being. And I'm gonna do everything to help you through this.
Hold me.
Come here.
Love me. Now. You're all I've got left, Max. Steve is gone from us. I know we could have a future together if you'd just give me a chance.
No, this is no good. I can't do this. It wouldn't solve anything.
A woman.
What's the big mystery? It's a scarf. So what difference does it make if it's a design by Delilah?
That's just it. How did it wind up outside of Lord Leighton's gazebo?
Honey, maybe it belongs to Joanna. She lives there, you know.
Oh, boy, now I feel stupid.
Why?
Because I did a really dumb thing. When I saw the scarf, I picked it up and I hid it from Lord Leighton.
Becky, that's not like you. If you were curious about the scarf, why didn't you just ask him if he knew anything about it?
I don't know. Maybe it's because Rafe was telling me how upset he's been ever since he talked to Dee Dee at the party, and I know that he never got over Delilah, and he's also very troubled by Dee Dee's very strange behavior, and all that mystery. I guess it made me think there was more to this than there is.
Come in.
I'm sorry to barge in on you like this.
Tom, what's wrong?
Are you aware of all the changes that are being made at WVLE since Lord Leighton took over?
What changes?
Well, for one, I am no longer station manager.
What?
On whose authority?
A guy named Garth Buckley waltzed in and introduced himself as the new station manager.
I have to get back to Joanna. If I don't punch in, she's gonna start running off to Daddy and complain that I'm not spending enough time with her.
Yeah, next thing you know, she'll be putting a bell around your neck.
Yeah, I know. But it's important that I keep Joanna from bringing Henry in on my lack of attendance, or he's gonna start snooping around and find out what I'm really up to.
Yeah, well, you better not find out what our suspicions are, otherwise we're really in trouble.
Yeah, or Rafe, too. He's a very smart cop. I don't know how long we can keep him in the dark, especially if he thinks this is gonna bring Delilah back.
Look, you think I'm crazy here thinking that maybe Bo has got something to do with Dee Dee taking off for Australia?
No, I don't think you're crazy. I just can't figure out why.
Neither can I. But I tell you, I know that there's something going on between Bo and Lord Henry Leighton.
Don't you start in on me.
What? About what?
About what? About Lord Henry Leighton, that's what. If I choose to sell him everything I own, that's nobody's business but mine.
You gotta hold on, Steve. You can't leave me now. I have grown so fond of you. I mean, this may sound so silly, but I feel like I know you as well as anybody does. I mean, I wasn't supposed to, but I did read your journals to you, and I learned so much about you. I really admire you, Steve. You're gentle and you're compassionate, and I am not gonna let go of that. And there's a fighter in there. And I know you can do this, and I know you can come back to me. And if for no other reason, just do it for me, because I tell you, I could really use with one of your smiles now, or just to hear your voice, or anything. Oh, Steve. Come on now, you gotta try. I know you can.
Why do I always find myself in this corridor? I've got to get through that door, get past that wall.
Steve, come back. You can do it. I know you can.
I can't. I want to. I can't move.
Try, Steve. Try.
No, it's hopeless. I've tried so many times. Stop calling me. Just let me sink into the peace of this darkness.
No. You'll be lost forever. Find it, Steve. You have to reach the light. It's the only way back.
I'm walking. I can feel my feet moving.
Yes, you're free. You're free, Steve.
I did it! I made it through. I can see the meadow. It's beautiful. I'm free at last. I owe everything to you. It was your voice cutting through the darkness that led me into the light. Who are you? Please, take down the veil. I want to see your face.
You're all right, and that's all that matters.
No, I have to know who you are. I want to thank you for leading me out of my darkness.
You're coming back to me, is that enough? You're home, Steve. You're home, 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 home. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
But Max, I desperately need to love you. I need to know that you care for me.
I do. I do care about you. Enough to know this would be a bigger mistake than the last time.
Don't do this to me. Please don't put me back into the bottomless pit again.
You created that pit. You've got to face it and realize you can come out of it intact.
No, it's far too terrifying to face alone.
You're not going to be alone. Come on, I'm going to be with you, I promise. And our making love is not going to make matters better. Come on, I'll help you find that professional help, and I will always be here for you to talk to. But I can't live a lie.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel responsible for this. I guess I really do need counseling. It's not going to be easy, but with your help, I'm sure I can make it.
I know you will.
I really feel exhausted.
I can believe that. Why don't you just try and get some sleep? Huh?
If you'll stay with me.
Yes, I'll stay.
Hello?
Gabrielle, it's Larry Wallach. I think you better get down here right away.
What's wrong?
Steve, he's out of the coma.
Dad, is there any way you... Well, what I want to know is who gave this Buckley character the right to walk in and take over the station?
I'm supposed he takes his orders from the new owner, huh?
Oh, really? Well, if Leighton thinks that he's in control now, he's got another thing coming if he's got plans on making you take orders from one of his flunkies.
Well, Clint is right. You don't take orders from anybody. We put you in total control of the station because of your ability to do a fabulous job, which you have done.
No, thank you, but I don't think I did too well when it came to Melinda's interviewing of Lord Leighton, did I?
Tom, don't be silly. That wasn't your fault. How are you to know he was going to use the interview to tell the whole world he bought the station?
No, thank you. Now, so much for his lordship's promise not to change anything. Hmm?
Well, you know, Tom, no one's giving you any walking papers as long as Vicky and I have something to say about it, and we still do. You know, we still have a say in the running of the station. Now, if I have to, I'll go right to the wall with him over this.
And so will I.
No, I appreciate your support, but I didn't come here to round up a posse or visit any problems on you two. You have enough of your own without me adding to them. I just wanted you to understand what was going on at the station, that's all. I'd also like you to understand that under the circumstances, well, I'll be looking for a new position, okay?
Oh, Tom, no. Look, I know how you feel, but please don't do anything until this gets straightened out,
Well, there's nothing to
please.
straighten out, Vicky. Lord Layton owns WVLE, and Buckley is in. Dennison is out.
You're not out until we say you're out.
Besides, you're needed at WVLE. How do we know that this is Garth person has any experience in running a television station?
Well, I got the impression he knows what he's doing.
And I'm getting the impression that we're being taken for a ride.
Thing is, the station has been sold. There's nothing we can do about that. But one thing that does bother me, very much indeed, I cannot understand why Asa would close a deal without discussing it with you two first.
Neither can I. I think it's about time I make sure that that doesn't happen again.
Oh, wait a minute, Ace. I can't believe that Vicky and Clint would want to have you declared mentally incompetent. You must have heard them wrong.
I am not deaf. They were talking about it when I walked in the room.
Then fine. Maybe it was Herb's idea.
What difference does it make whose idea it was?
I can't believe that Vicky and Clint would put you through that. They must know how humiliating that would be for you.
I'll tell you what's humiliating. Clint jumping all over me in front of Herb, talking about my bad business deals. Hell, Rob, you're Lord Henry's son-in-law. You know what a shrewd businessman he is.
Yes, he is.
Well, see? That's it. Why can't your father get that through his head? I would not sell it to just anyone. The station is in good hands.
Asa, I know that you wouldn't take advantage of all those people who work at WVLE, all right? Unless, of course, Bo had something to do with this.
Damn it, I'm sick and tired of having to answer for Bo. Where is he anyway?
Asa, don't you remember? He left town for a couple of days.
I knew that.
Lord, are you all right?
Claude, for the 100th time, I'm fine. I'm exercising daily. I sleep like a baby. I got an appetite like a horse. Which reminds me, I haven't had supper yet. I'm gonna have the cook cook me up some food. Excuse me.
Have you talked to Lord Henry? Has he said anything about trying to buy out Ace's interest in WVLE?
No, but then again, we're not talking much these days. But I wouldn't put it past him to take advantage of Ace's state of mind.
Yeah, with a little help from my good old Uncle Bo.
You think he's behind this?
I don't know, but I mean to find out. Listen, why don't you go back? You talk to Joanne, all right? I'm gonna go talk to Clint. I tell you, I think your father-in-law is up to something. He is making his move right now, and I mean to find out what it is. Come on.
Who is it? What's wrong?
Larry,
Was Steve all right?
he's fine. He's out of his coma.
Oh, my God, it's a miracle to answer our prayers. Oh, come on, we gotta go. We gotta go see him at the hospital.
I hope it's not a lie.
What do you mean a lie? Well, Larry wouldn't call us up like this and get our hopes up if it were not the truth. Now, come on, pull yourself together. Get the babysit. What's wrong?
Frightened.
What?
What am I gonna say to Steve? What am I supposed to tell him about my pregnancy?
I'm gonna tell him the truth. I don't mean tonight, of course. But when he's well enough and strong enough, he deserves to hear the truth.
He'll hate you. And he'll hate me, and our marriage will be destroyed. Is that what you want?
It's a big part of that bottomless pit you gotta face. You can't run away from the responsibilities of your action anymore. I know I can't.
That's because you're strong. I'm not. I can't go through the rest of my life knowing he knows the truth.
That's why you can't go on living this lie. Besides, if I thought for just one instant that you still love Steve, I would give this baby up. And I would live the lie the rest of my life to protect him from knowing the truth. But you don't love him. And eventually that would destroy him.
His knowing the truth is going to destroy me.
No. No, what it's going to do is going to lift that very heavy burden off your shoulders. And all that guilt that made you pick up that gun is going to be gone once and for all. Trust me.
Oh, I do.
It's all settled. He's on his feet. We tell him the truth, okay? Okay. All right, now let's go. We've been waiting a long time for this reunion. Let's not disappoint Steve. Now, come on. I'm going to go get the car. You call the babysitter.
Hey, Vicky.
Cord, hang on. What brings you here?
Well, actually, hi. I heard about the sale of WVLE to Lord Henry Layton, and I wanted to come by and talk to Clint. I wanted to find out what was going on and get some more facts.
Well, you just missed him. He's on his way over to Ace's again.
Oh, nuts. I must have passed him on the way.
Why, you were there?
Yeah, I was. That's how I found out about the whole thing. Ace is going on about this great deal he cut with Lord Henry, and then he said something about Clint giving him a hard time and challenging him on his decision. He also said something about the two of you trying to get Ace to be declared mentally incompetent.
That's why your father's on his way over to see Asa right now, to reassure him we have no intention of doing any such thing.
Well, maybe I'm not so sure that you shouldn't do that.
What are you saying?
Listen, Vicky, I live with the man, all right? And I see him on a day-to-day basis, and he is getting worse all the time. He is becoming more and more disoriented, and he is letting Bo pull his strings all over the place. I'm sure that Bo is the one who's behind all these last-minute sales.
Cord, please. I know that Bo is not one of your favorite people. Can we please leave him out of this? I spend half my days defending him to Clint. I don't want to get into it with you as well, okay?
Okay.
I beg your pardon, Madam. Captain Rafe Garrettson.
Thank you, Heron. Rafe, it's so nice to see you.
Thank you, Vicky. Sorry to show up unexpected like this, but I've been thinking about Delilah ever since Dee Dee mentioned her at the party, and I'd just like to run some more questions by you, if that's all right.
Sure, hon. I'll do anything I can to help you find her.
Thanks. Now, Cord says that you were talking to Dee Dee at the party before she supposedly left for Australia. I was wondering if maybe she...
What do you mean supposedly left for Australia?
Didn't you tell Vicky?
Not yet.
Tell me what?
Whoever used that ticket to Australia, it wasn't Dee Dee.
Larry, is it true he's out of the coma on me completely?
Yes, he's amazing as it is.
How's he doing? Can we see him?
He's fine. He's a little disoriented, and he's weak physically, but he's okay.
Is there any brain damage?
No, there's no evidence of any brain damage. He's fully aware of everything that's going around.
Oh, thank God.
I owe you one.
All right, can we go and see him now?
Yeah, just don't be in there a long time. I mean, he needs to regain his strength. He's been through a hell of an ordeal, and he's weak physically and emotionally. I'll see you later.
Thanks.
Max, before you go, I know you're dying to see him, but I would like to see him first. Alone.
It's just a miracle, pure and simple. I can't believe it. I hope you're aware that there were a lot of people praying for you, Steve. You know, you were never alone. Your friends and your family were constantly by your side.
And you?
I did a lot of reading to you. Do you remember any of that?
Well, maybe that's why your voice is so familiar. Who are you?
Oh, God, I can't believe it. You actually heard me. Oh, that's great.
The keeper helps, but this much potato... All right, son.
Well, I just want you to know that Vicky and I only want what's best for you, Pa. Even so, we told Herb to forget his suggestion.
What suggestion?
Pa, don't you remember coming to my office earlier?
Clint, I have enough worries without playing 20 questions with you.
What's wrong?
That's the trouble. I don't know. Something set me off today, and damned if I know what it was. Clint, I tell you, it's getting real scary. I don't remember from minute to minute.
Paul, we have to talk. I know that you're happy with the way Bo has been handling things for you, but I'd really feel better if you would let Vicky and me handle your affairs. Now, please, let's not get into an argument about this. Vicky and I only want what is best for you.
I know. That's why it's a good idea.
You really think so?
Yes. It's best for all concerned. You and Vicky running Buchanan Enterprises. I hate to admit this, Clint. And I would only say it to you. I'm really starting to wonder if I can trust my own judgment anymore.
Don't worry, Paul. We'll take care of you from now on.
earth would anyone want to impersonate Dee Dee to make us think that she had gone to Australia?
Well, that's one of our many unanswered questions. And the signature on the disembarkation card was not Dee Dee's, which proves that she was not on that flight.
Well, then who was? And where is Dee Dee?
Well, that's what I would like to know. Because the more I dig into this thing, the more I'm convinced that Dee Dee might be able to solve the mystery of Delilah's disappearance.
Oh, Rafe, before I forget, I found this out in the garden near the gazebo when I was visiting Lord Leighton earlier.
This is a design by Delilah original.
Yeah. I can only assume it belongs to Joanna.
No, she doesn't own any designs by Delilah.
Whoa, how do you know something like that?
She told me at the party how much she admired Delilah's talent, but that she'd wish she had invested in some of her work.
Well, it's not Dee Dee's, because I know for a fact she didn't go to the gazebo.
Boy, this is strange.
What?
Well, there's something different about this scarf. I mean, I was pretty familiar with Delilah's work, but this is totally different than anything she ever designed.
Well, honey, maybe it's one of the last things she did.
Yeah, maybe, but... You know, Gabrielle worked very closely with Delilah those last few months. I'm gonna take this over to Gabrielle's tomorrow and see if she can recognize it.
Well, you can go in now.
How's he doing?
See for yourself.
Davey! Oh, God, I'm so glad to see you. I missed you.
Oh, man, me too. I'm still clearing a couple of cobwebs here, but I get the feeling that I knew what was happening to me and that I had to fight to find my way back to you.
All right, well, thank God you did it. Life wasn't the same without you, little brother.
Oh, yeah? Did you miss all those fights we used to have?
No, that's all changed from here on out. Since I lost you, I found out how much more important it was to have a brother than having my own way.
Can I get this in writing? Hey, what are you doing back there by yourself?
Oh, I didn't want to interfere here.
What? Are you kidding? Get over here. Come on. From now on, you're an honorary member of the Holden clan. Maybe you haven't been formally introduced. Steve, this is Brenda McGillis, the little lady whose patience and persistence was a major part of your recovery.
Yeah, I think we met. Thanks.
Oh, God. I don't believe this. We got to celebrate. We got to do something. Pop some champagne corks. Call in all the doctors and nurses that help. We'll call out everybody that was praying for your recovery. Steve, what do you feel? Want to party, bud?
I think that we should wait till he's a little bit stronger, don't you?
No. I feel really great. Terrific. I couldn't ask for a happier way to come back from the dead.
Having your whole family here.
Yeah, that and the great news. Gabrielle and I are going to have a baby.